Hello, and welcome back to No Kuni. Oh boy. This is episode 31, I believe, in which we travel across the Miasma Marshes. Ooh, spooky. I can't go through there. Wait, can I? Some part of me can. Okay, I'm poisoned, but I gotta go through that way anyway. So that's cool. Last time I'll be on. Last time, what did I do last time? I believe last time I got through most of the oh, I've been poisoned. That's a big surprise. Yeah, I know. Well, I know. Last time I was mostly just putting together the, oh, that really killed me. I was mostly putting together the Vileheart last time, I believe, which then allowed me to actually enter this area and find out that Shadar wants to sick some sort of creature on me called Vileheart, which doesn't seem to be too friendly of a creature, so I'm not looking forward to that. But we will handle him, her, it as best as we can when we get down to it. We'll make it happen somehow, and we'll do our best to beat it. That looks like a dead end. So we'll just go around this way for another dead end. But a chest. Fruit flan. Right. So this is pretty late in the game now. I leveled up a little bit between episodes. Most enemies are afraid of me right now, so that's cool. But I'll still fight them, I don't care. That's all good by me. I forgot to switch out the weapon from my familiar. Crud. Oh well. Not the biggest deal in the world. Well, Twinkle Twinkle's gonna help a lot. Yeah, it's gonna help a lot. And these are mostly dark creatures, so light will beat the heck out of them. So there we go. Moon Crystal. Star drop. Boozy keeps on leveling up. It's nobody's business. I hope all that watched have been enjoying this game. I realize that I may not be the most entertaining host throughout it, but I'm trying my best to keep it at least fairly entertaining for all who watch. So I hope I've done well by you. If I haven't, I'm sorry. I had the best intentions to show you a game that I thought was truly outrageous to throw back to a much earlier episode. Yeah. Oh, I can't walk through that. Crud. That's where I want to go, though. Oh well. Guess we can't do it that way. Oh gosh, what's a story I can tell while I'm walking through this area? Guess I can tell a not very entertaining story. That would be appropriate for me. Oh no, no way, I Can't believe it. Poisoned again. The worst part is I poisoned myself for no reason. Because this is not going to be great. We'll spring that lock, and we'll see what happens. Fiend's Fang. Fiend's Fang. Fiend's Fang. How do I cross? Yeah, that's great. I look forward to dying. Golly. At least the enemies aren't attacking me. That's right, I have a more powerful healing spell. And it's pretty rad if I do say so myself. Oh, we can try going down this way, I guess. Uh-oh. They really want to get into a fight because I'm poisoned. This might end poorly for me. Oh, thank you, Twinkle Twinkle. Go-Go's gotten so much more useful. Not because of Esther in any way. Don't think I'm praising Esther. But that light spell is super helpful. And we appreciate Go-Go for that. But we still don't appreciate Esther. Never appreciate Esther. That's my motto. Oh, this might be the right way. Radical. Let's get swing. Let's shoot, shoot, shoot. Way to go, Schwang. Schwickety, schwickety, schwang. Well, actually, not too long ago, I was reminded. Ooh, the healing hand also healed the poison, I guess. That's nice. So I can fight you with no problem. Not too long ago, I was reminded of Salamander, Vampire Bat, and Wayward Son. Won't you come? Wait, that's not it. Oh. Esther! Black hole sun, won't you come? That was so annoyed to it. Ha 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 ha. Not too long ago I was reminded of the fact that I did a couple, I guess, well, I mean, they definitely were tabletop role-playing games. I was told how they turned out was pretty amusing. Suncrystal. I'm pretty sure your name is Den. So proud of myself. And I did it with two different games. One was Dungeons and Dragons. I was over at my friend's house, my former friend's house, for his birthday. And his birthday happened to fall on a Friday, and on his Friday, he always does D&D sessions, and his one friend wound up coming by and getting way too high on drugs or whatever. I don't know if I saved or not, but I might as well save again. He got way too high on drugs and just passed out, and he's like, well, he's out for this night. Terry, do you want to jump in as his character? And I'm like, Well, I've never played before, but sure, I can make crap up, I guess, on the fly. How wrong I was. And the other time it was for... This is very tumultuous. I do not like it. Oh. I gotta remember to... Cause I wound up taking his flame sword off because he was trying to do something else. Let's do it. Okay, story. Tumultuous is a cool word. Well, I've seen some grim old places in my time, but this here takes a bloomin' biscuit. I can feel him. He's not far now. Shadar. Vileheart, devourer of souls. How long have I waited for you? Shadar's cackling sidekick, I presume? How observant. Yes, I am Vileheart. Lord Shadar is indeed my master, and it was he who entrusted me with this. The Soul Snare. Soul Snare? Alicia's in there. That's right, Ollie boy. If we can just get her out of there, then my mom will come back. There speaks a boy who hungers for the truth. Vileheart, let Alicia go. Are you sure you're ready? Huh? What do you mean? You see. You'll see, rather. Let's do this. Yeah. I'm okay with this. That might hit everybody. Oh, not me though. Nice, not too bad at all. Not bad. Not bad at all. That vile drive attack is right paying the proverbial. Make sure you protect yourself, Ollie boy. Defense is the best form of attacking. I did defend myself. Ah. Wild breath might poison us again. I think it's about time I start using arrows of light. Because nothing says good times like a light arrow right to the face, right, Vileheart? You piece of garbage. I've also got Unleash, but I don't know if I have anything that gives light damage. Yeah, I don't. Nope. So, Arrow of Light. Ah. That's great that it's my chance now, but I can't move. Oh, the worst one grabbed it, honestly. Get it out of the way. Alright. That's not one I can just outstep. That was not very smart of me. Alright. Let's do this. I'm gonna heal hand myself. Somebody said that hurt. Well, I guess I was wrong about that healing my poison. Then we will just look for the poison to be gone. My poison's already gone. Real smart. No, not tactics. I want a spell. Everybody defend. Let's see what happens. Nice. Missed everybody. Now it's time to attack. Take the offensive. What you gonna do to me, Vileheart? What you gonna do? Nothing? That's what I thought. Oh, didn't even see him grab anything. That's a nice chunk of damage. Alright. I don't want anybody but me grabbing that. Don't let me grab it. Nice. Supercharge. Me first. Nice. Hopefully everybody defended in time. I don't suspect they did. That's okay. And this guy's annoying. But that's okay, we'll get him. It'll take some time, but we'll get him. He's probably gonna stun everybody else over there. But that's okay. We also got arrows of light, which should be good. And I'll soon run out of being able to do that, so that's when this will be a problem. Hopefully everybody defended in time again. I've got two more of these, I guess. Yeah. Ooh, I want that. I'm away. Where did it go? Hope I got it in time. I did not. That's unfortunate. Alright. Air of light. Nice block. I'm glad Sassful's grabbing all the... That was close. Oh, nice. We can arrow of light him again. Let's all defend, guys. We can do this. If we stay smart, we'll be able to get through this. Esther did not stay smart. But when did I ever expect Esther to do that? I mean, honestly. I wish Hester would actually use her light spell. Because that would be really useful. Hopefully they're still defending, and it won't be too much of a problem. Jerk. Yikes. Provisions. I want a $6 cheeseburger. Nice. Let's do another arrow of light. Alright, defend again. I should just start attacking with might. Yeah, this was the smarter move. Yeah! Knock him back. Push him back, way back. Come on, we got this. We got this. Yeah.
We won!
Oh boy. Nicely done, guys. Very nice.
You did it, Ollie boy! Now we can set Alicia free!
Yes, and bring your mother back. Mom.
This is it, Oliver. Your big moment.
Right.
Where am I? Mr. Trippy? Esther? Swain? What is this place? The info and the, like, what to do next mission thing just says, what is this place? Do, skipping in an unknown place. That's Shadar. Wait, I've been here before. It's in that dream I had. It is time you met your end, great sage. You are wrong, Shadar. I have found another way to defeat you. What? I will travel to another world. Somewhere out there, in a parallel dimension, there exists one who shares your soul. If I can save his soulmate of yours, then you too will be. So this is your plan, your grand design. Then I'm afraid I must disappoint you. You see, I have no soulmate. Right there with you. No, that's not possible. Without a soulmate, how could you exist? I took the precaution of severing all ties with he who shared my soul, so that this weakness could not be used against me. This cannot be. You see now that every path is closed to you. Every path, save that which leads to death. No. Another you yet remains. Souls are reborn after a time. What do you mean by this? Though you robbed him of life, he will be born again. Perhaps many years hence, but he shall be reborn. Madness. You cannot speak in earnest.
You know you will never return. Not to this time.
I am well aware of it. I am ready. Today, tomorrow, yesterday.
That was breach time. That means Alicia traveled to the past.
No, you are mistaken. Alicia traveled forward in time.
I don't get it. What does this all mean?
The truth still eludes you, boy. That which was captured in the soul snare was not Alicia's soul. It was but her memory. The memory of a battle we fought many years ago.
But where is Alicia now?
You know that better than I.
Huh?
I'm from somewhere far away. I'm going to take care of you, sweetie.
You'll be okay. I know you will. You're good now. For me.
Mom? What did my mom have to do with this?
You disappoint me, Oliver. This is Alicia's memory. It was she who traveled to the future. It was she who escaped to your world. And it was she who gave birth to the savior of this world.
You mean Alicia was...
Yes, the great sage Alicia was your mother. Poor Ollie.
But what if my mom is from this world? Where's her soulmate?
She has no soulmate in that world or this. This is the price she paid for tampering with time. And she gave her one and only life to save you. You cannot save your mother, boy. You have no mother to save. Do you see now? You never had a chance. There was never any hope.
No. It can't be true. It can't be true. No, Mom. Oliver? Oh, why won't you wake up? What happened to you back there?
How many days has it been since poor Oliver had his lights put out?
I don't know. I've lost count.
He opened that soul snare all full of hope, but instead of setting Alicia free, the poor Deb ended up being knocked out cold. Come on, Ollie boy. Maybe it's our fault. Maybe we asked too much of you and your magic powers.
Perhaps you're right. Hold on. Where's Swain got to now?
Him? Oh, he's looking about outside, I reckon. As flippin' usual.
Gah. He's never there when you need him.
Tell him to come back inside. Can't stay around by here forever, can we? We need to get Ollie boy somewhere safe.
You're right.
Ah, crap. I'm playing as Esther. Ah, no.
What's the matter with Oliver? I pray he'll wake soon. This young man is sunk deep into the depths of sadness and despair. We can but wait and hope he emerges from them unscathed. This truly is a nightmare. Oh, please tell me, what lies beyond the Miasma Marshes? Have you ever seen a sight more beautiful than the evening sun from the mountains fires? I guess I just go down this way. Can't even jump with her. What a plebe. Oh gosh. Swain. Oh, Esther, it's you. Why do you keep wandering off? You should be with us, with Oliver. Fat lot of good that'll do. Have me around is going to help him snap out of it, is it? Well, is it? That's not the point. I know. Oliver saved us. His magic saved us. We owe it all to him. Yes, we were broken-hearted, both of us, and now look at us. We can't do a thing for him, can we? Just when he needs us the most, there's nothing we can do. Damn it! Swain, it's alright. Oh, but there is something you can do. You can die. But we beat you.
You think Vileheart can be defeated so easily? No, I am born of despair. I am born of the darkness in man's heart. There is plenty to go around.
Damn it, what do we do? We have no hope in hell without Oliver. What choice do we have? We have to try.
Was it all for nothing? Who's there?
Please. How did you get in?
I broke in.
Easy peasy. I can go anywhere
Just
I
kicked
like.
down the door.
I told you before.
Boom, baby.
I'm always here, Oliver, looking after you.
I couldn't save my mom. Everything I've been through. It's all for nothing.
No, it wasn't.
Huh?
You gave something special to all those people. Are you ready, Oliver? Close your eyes. No peeping.
Okay.
Hang on. Stop working so bleeding hard, will you? You're making me look bad.
But I've never felt so full of beans. To think, back then I could barely muster the energy to get out of bed.
Things really have changed around here, haven't they? King Tom's got more enthusiasm than he knows what to do with these days.
You're not wrong. It's like a whole new place. And we owe it all to that young lad.
Those are the guards from Ding Dong Dell.
They were the very first people you ever helped. One of them was broken-hearted.
I remember.
There's more. Listen.
Well, Hickory docks up to his old tricks. One shall soon knock some sense into the scoundrel.
Guess what, Miss Layla? My dad got up early to cook breakfast. And that's not all.
Do take some more, won't you? There is enough in the palace larder for everyone. We don't always require third helpings, you know.
Nicholas, who can tell their dear old man what a fairy can't be doing without? Yes, you by there? What's that? Oh, dead wrong you are. It's laughter, isn't it? The reason as fairies are so cute is to give them humans a proper laugh.
Oliver's magic may still be somewhat unpolished. He may still have some way to go to equal our prowess. But I believe in him. I believe in his gift.
Keep up, Genghis. You gotta pick up the pace, boy. Hey, don't tug the leash.
Listen, men! From this day we fly once more, and we do not fight for any kingdom. We fight for all who stand against Shadar.
There is no cause for fear. Know that I will always stand beside you. I will protect you from the wrath of Shadar.
So this piston goes here. And this one goes there. I feel like my brain's gonna explode. But I'm gonna crack this. You see if I don't.
The one who heals the brokenhearted. The savior of this world of sadness. I'm talking about you, sweetie. You were the one who was there for them all. It was you who healed their hearts. I'm so proud of you, my Oliver.
Everyone was. It was.
You see, Oliver? You gave something special to all those people.
It was me. It was me who. Thank you. Thank you, Pete.
You're welcome.
I've gotta go. There are people who need me.
Yay!
Yay!
Oliver, that's your gift. That's your power. The power of your heart.
The true power of Mornstar has been unleashed by the purity of Oliver's heart. You just received a page describing the Mornstar spell.
Is that really all you've got?
We can't do this. Not on our own.
It's time to bring this charade to an end.
Yes, let's finish this.
Oh snap!
Sorry, I got held up.
I thought you'd never get it.
Esther, Swain, let's pull together. Let's show him the power of our heart.
Let's do it. we're gonna do it again. Get him. Well, I couldn't move. Ah, whatever. Mornstar is such a powerful move. Too late. She didn't stand a chance. Didn't you know that? Oh. One more time. Mornstar for the win. Bye. What a pathetic show. Vileheart.
We did it!
Yeah, we did it. Well, thanks to you, Esther. Oliver, are you alright? Me? I'm fine. You're fine? Well, after a sleep like that, I suppose you should be. I know a few people who would appreciate a sleep like that. You must have been worried. I'm sorry. Never mind that. Tell us what happened to you. I learned everything. I learned the truth. Blimey, you're telling me the great sage Alicia was here. She was your mother? That's right. The memories I saw, I think they were real. They were memories that only my mom and I shared. But I made it back, thanks to P. Thanks to all of you. What P told you was true. Everything you went through, it wasn't all for nothing. Right, but I can't help but wondering, who is P? Where does she come from? Hang on, I'll flip a minute. Don't tell me P is Alicia and all. No, she isn't. At least I don't think she is. Well, she's no normal little girl, that's for sure. That spell you just used came from her, right? Right, and that's a spell that will help us finally beat Shadar. At least, that's what I think. That's what I believe. It's magic from the heart, Mornstar. So this means we'll be visiting Shadar's castle after all, does it? Yes, we have to finish this. That's the spirit, Mon. Let's get going, shall we? Look out, Shadar, here we come. It's time to go to Nevermore. But first, nappies. Oh gosh. So as I was saying before all the cutscene stuff happened, I wound up role playing, and I don't even know if I'll get to this whole story or not, to be honest. I wound up doing, yes, save my progress. Fortunately, the audio didn't cut out this time. Dark Jen's castle. Yeah, I had a great stay, thank you. Thank you. Miasma Marshes, let's go. So yeah, I wound up sitting in on my friend's D&D game. They were in the middle of a campaign, which I guess involved these, some sort of, like, surprise dragons or something. I don't know the full extent of what they were called exactly. They had an unfavorable name for them, and I don't want to repeat that name. But they surprise attack you, so I'll just call them surprise dragons. Because that's so kind, isn't it? That's such a kind name for them. Such a kind thought. Such a nice thought. That's it. Having a dragon surprise you and then attack you. I guess when you enter a room with them or whatever, they wind up just, attacking you straight up. Like, just out of nowhere. Like Randy Orton's RKOs. Randy Orton is a wrestler. A professional wrestler with the WWE Wrestling Company, who frequently, they say his finishing move the RKO, just frequently comes out of nowhere. Just to explain a reference. Defeat Shadar, the Dark Djinn. Yes, save my progress. Well, let's see what happens. I don't know if I'm a good enough level or not. I assume I am. Could be wrong though. Guess I gotta just go straight forward. Yeah. So yeah. Surprise dragons. And I guess at that point in time in the game, they were kind of exploring a town. I guess I'm just gonna beat up some familiars.
Stay calm now.
Missed. That's good. Oh, I missed again. Dang, right away, twinkle twinkle. I like that. I'm fine with that. They were exploring a town, and I guess some cultists were in the town, and some cultists worshipped that same dragon. Those same dragons. As sort of a higher being type thing. So they kind of had to get to a town square, and that was just their main goal, just to get through the town and maybe pick up some information on these dragons, as well as the cultists that so loved these dragons. What's this? So I move around on my turn when it comes to my turn, and when else go rumble, there's something whirling in action sounds like. Into action sounds like. It gets to be my turn, and I start just. Are you just walking toward a wall? I'm okay with that. Dang it! I thought I came up behind it. Oh well. Bone Brigadier, Mumbo, Zombo. Taking you off first. Again, I'm more than okay with this. So I find that there's just a group of cultists in the middle of the town square, and I'm like, well, the best thing to do is to approach them, friendly like. So I go up to them and talk to them, and the DM at the time, he says, they seem very hostile and they seem to be yelling. And I say, I would like to go up to him and give him a full embrace and say, bro, let's hug it out. So, he's like, okay. I'm like, what do I have to do? I'm like, well, you gotta roll your D20 or 20-sided die and get a high enough charisma stat roll or whatever, which I guess I'm no expert on this stuff, so forgive me if any details are wrong, but and it's been a few years, but what do I have to do? Well, your charisma is not too great, but it has like a 3, so whatever you roll gets a +3 bonus, I guess, and then you need to get a certain number to make the roll success. But if you roll too low, something bad happens. I'm like, alright, cool. And let's try to hug it out with this roll. I think I wound up rolling a 2, which wound up being 5 overall, which wound up being a pretty bad failure. So what happens is oh, that's just dead. That's cool. I guess the DM describes it as me tripping while I'm approaching the guy for a hug and just I like stumble into him and give just the most awkward, lazy jellyfish-like hug. Just entirely loose and squirmy and just awful, which makes him super uncomfortable and gets us into a fight. So, you know. It was a good move on my part, is what I'm saying. So we fight them, and we get through them without too much problem, and we wind up going into a nearby building, which I think was like a family-owned like pub grill type of place, and we go in. And we find out, we go in after we hear a bunch of noises coming from the pub grill area. And we find out that there are more of these surprise dragons there. And my one friend, do you reckon that made another set of stairs then? Yeah, probably. My one friend, Jake, we'll call him. He wound up trying to watch this. He wound up trying to attack these dragons before they got too much of a jump on us. Unfortunately, Jake was extraordinarily good at rolling really poor numbers. And I guess what happened with him was that he rolled a 1, I think, and which the DM described it as him going up to the rushing the dragon, tripping over the dragon's tail, and then falling and like twisting his knee, so he had to be out for a round. And I'm like, and I think at that point I had said, well, let's see, I can't hug it out with a crap, and Jake over here, he decided that he would get a new title. He would be the Dragon Lair, because he is sprawled out all over the dragon. They thought it was hilarious, and me retelling it makes it sound like it's not that funny at all, and that's probably more so the case. Hello. But sure enough, he's essentially just laying on the dragon with his twisted knee. And we're forced to fight down the dragons again. Well, there's a little bit of difficulty facing down the dragons because I mean they're dragons and we're just peoples. But we wind up getting through it somehow. A couple lucky rolls on our part and a couple bad rolls on the DM's part. And we hear after we finish up the fight with the dragons. We hear some movement in the room next to the main room that we were fighting in. So we're like, all right, well, let's go investigate that, because why take precaution? Let's just kick down the door and go all boom baby on it, and see what happens. So I lead the way, and I find out that it's just like two frightened children who got separated from their parents when the dragons moved into the pub. So yeah, they weren't really any harm, and you know, the smart thing would have been, it's kind of a cool effect. The smart thing would have been talking to them and trying to get some information. But I guess these adventurers that I was adventuring with never really took the smart path when they did things. Rather, they liked taking the incredibly violent and dumb path, and the one other guy, we'll call him Bill. He decided that he wanted to attack the children. So that's what he did, and the DM's like, well, the children are going to defend themselves. They are very, very weak, because they are so young, and you are a warrior, so this really shouldn't be any sort of battle, but it's really looks bad on you as an adventurer and hero. And like, yeah, I know, but I want to see if they have any, like, good Pokemon cards. And I just shake my head and just say, is this... I think my reaction was just straight up saying, heroes. To describe us in such a fantastic way. Like, we're the heroes here. We are the heroes who beat up children to see if they have good Pokemon cards. Because that's what really matters. So the fight begins with the children. And from then on out, whenever anything very unheroic is done, it became the popular thing for us to say, almost in unison, heroes. So the fight with the children began, and he struggled super hard fighting these children because he was just rolling like total garbage at that point in time. I don't know why he was rolling like it just total chance. That's just the nature of dice. Sometimes you roll well, sometimes you don't. But he kept rolling like total garbage, and the DM was rolling decently, so the kids were putting more damage on him than the dragons or the cultists ever did. And also, that wound up being like the longest fight of the entire night. Like, it wound up taking like 35 minutes for us to beat those kids. For him to beat those kids, rather. This is confusing. Dragon Lance. I should see if that would equip to anybody that I'm working with. I think it might. Yep. Very nice. Do we have anything better? We have something better, and I have not been using it. Good for me. Also better. I guess we'll do this one. Oh, he has a Thunder Shield too. Cool. Dead man's duds. Well, that's what we'll do then. Well, you know, might as well. Oh, that's nice. I don't have that though. Uh-huh. Headgear is fine. Oh, I see. Well, we'll do stout armor for him, which is his... Oh, I guess that's just his shield. Bulky skills, awful ones, charms, trick type intensified. Why not? And you, well, you can equip pretty much anything here. So why not? It's just... Huh. Alright, cool. So that was the longest fight of the night. And also, just so you know, the children's corpses that they tried to loot did not have any Pokemon cards. In fact, it was told of them, I think beforehand, that they will not have any Pokemon cards on them. Pokemon cards do not exist in this dimension. But he did not care. That did not stop him from attacking children. But heroes. Yeah. I think they wanted to call it after that. Shield of the Pure. I just equipped stuff, and now I'm finding new shields, which is fine. I don't mind having a new shield for him. So yeah, I think that was about where that ended, but we got some good terms out of it. We got the Mighty Dragon Lair, for the guy who couldn't help but roll poorly when he's fighting dragons, and then wound up lying on top of them. And we got the excellent title of, or the excellent concept of, a group of traveling heroes that decides to attack and beat up children for Pokemon cards that they know don't exist. So yeah, that was the that was the extent of my first roleplay experience with D&D. I think it was rather amusing, and I really wouldn't mind trying it again. I just never really found a group to do that with, which is somewhat unfortunate. Mostly because, well, I mean, I had fun with that group, even though they were awful, terrible heroes. But like I said, I'm no longer friends, or I think I mentioned briefly, former friends, so I'm no longer friends with the dude that ran it. And that's just how it went. I wouldn't mind doing another D&D thing. I couldn't DM because I have no idea what I'm doing, but I would not mind partaking again because it was a lot of fun just hanging out. Just essentially writing a story as we're playing. It was really cool. I enjoyed it a lot. Gosh, what else?
Come on, you guys!
I don't know. I've seen Twitch streams that sound great. I've seen Twitch streams that have people do D&D live or whatever, which would probably be a lot of fun, just depending on how silly it was, how silly the people were, and how well the people got along. They always seemed interesting. I never really watched one because, well, most of the ones that I've found, the people aren't very entertaining. But, I mean, I'm sure it's an audience for some people, and I wouldn't mind eventually joining in on actually being a party member in, like, a live stream D&D type game. Doesn't have to be D&D, I suppose. It could be any role-playing game. The only other role-playing game I've ever really taken like a role in was this cool little board game called Thunderstorm. And then he hit me with one anyway. What a jerk. It was a cool little board game called The Trail to House of Cliff, which is kind of like, it's a very story-themed game. A group of stereotypical horror characters, like the professor and Gilligan. A professor, the creepy child, the adventurous child, the dumb, like, cheerleader, peppy type. All those, like, stereotypical horror movie characters were in it that you can play as, and essentially you're exploring this supposedly haunted mansion that's on top of a hill. And as you explore it, you gain powers or get detriments to your character. And at one point, something happens in the game that triggers the turn of events. The turn of events being that one of the however many players are playing is actually going to betray everybody else and work on their own against all the other players that are playing. And it's just, like, it's so random as to how it's going to happen, and then that player gets a booklet, and the players that are working together against this one player, get a booklet. that expresses what the betrayer is trying to get up to, and what the other players will try to do to stop the betrayer from completing their task. And the betrayer winds up winning if they wind up killing off everybody else, or if they wind up completing whatever task it is that they're supposed to complete. Yeah, which is somewhat a secret to the people that are betraying them. They just get like a vague idea in their booklet about what they're trying to get up to. And I don't know, it's really kind of a neat, fun, like game to play with a group of people. Like, you don't need to be like super into board games to like join in on it. Just, it's kind of silly, kind of fun, and the unexpected, betrayal. Well, it's expected that somebody's going to betray you, but the fact that somebody does betray you, and who it is, and what happens, the cause of them to betray you, is always kind of unexpected, and just silly fun, really. I had a lot of fun with that game. I wish I could play it more often, but I don't really know anybody anymore to really partake in that game with me. At least to get a decent group going. Like, I know like 1 or 2 people, but they're not too invested in board games at all. Even though it really doesn't take much to make this game happen. It's just silly fun, and I had a lot of fun role-playing my character, a professor, in that as well, which I will probably explain at a future date. But certainly one that I enjoyed. I'm just trying to find the next save point. Where'd you go, Oliver? Where'd you go, Ollie? It seems to be sealed by some powerful magic. Blah, 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 blah. Well, let's try a spring lock in it then. Radiant Blade. That might come in handy. That's not what I wanted. Ooh. Restores HP when it damages an enemy. Nice. Let's see. A lot happened in this episode. Some very heart-achy moments. Can I just cast the bridge spell here? I don't think I can. Yeah, I don't think so. Alright, cool. We'll just keep looking on. On the subject of board games, one of my favorites... that was easy enough. One of my favorites is... Just a second. It's called Smash Up. Smash Up's... Someone tells me there's a new set of stairs somewhere around by here. We best have a look at it. Yeah, sure. It's called Smash Up. And that's... I always thought that was a super neat one. Essentially it works out that there are, at least in the base game, 8 different factions / decks that you can draw, or that you can choose to play as. At the start of the game, every one of the players chooses 2 of those factions to mix together. Evil woman, such an evil woman. So yeah, every player chooses 2 of those factions to play as, and the factions included like robots and wizards and dinosaurs and pirates and tricksters, and gosh, what else is there? Ninjas. And you take these two decks and form them into one bigger deck to play as. So you could have like pirate dinosaurs. We will call you LOL. That's terrible. I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Oh well. But I want to use nature's tongue on it. So my apologies. So you could have like pirate dinosaurs or robot wizards. So each deck consists of 20 cards. I think it's usually split. I wonder where the stairs appear this time. Let's have a good nose around, shall we? So each one of the decks individually has 20 cards. Oh, I haven't even fought one of you before. God forsaken. That would have been terrible. And 20 cards, so 20 cards in each faction. 40 cards when you combine the decks together, and it's roughly split between 20 action cards and 20 minion cards. And the goal of the game is to use your minions and actions each turn. So do your best to break down a base that's in the middle of the table. Each minion has a power from 1 to 5. Some are a little bit higher. But it's typically 1 to 5. Oops. And the way you break a faction is by putting out enough minions on a base by yourself and with another to have a power equal to the number that breaks the base. So it could be like 18, so you need like 3 5s on it and a 3 power. And then the base would break. And whoever has the most power in minions winds up getting the most amount of points on that base, which might be like 3 points. And the second most might get 2 points, and the third most might get 1 point. Whatever the base says. And yeah. I've already been in there, I think. Yeah, I have. What do I do? Okay, we'll just go down this way. I think I will also heal up. And then the whole point of the game is to get, like, I think the first one to 15 victory points from breaking bases and a couple minion cards winds up winning the game. And I don't know, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of a bit of a cutthroat game because you wind up using your minions and your actions to not only help yourself but also screw over your opponents, of course, so that you have the most power on a base. And like each faction has its own like specialty. Wizards love chaining actions together. Pirates love moving people around to different bases because I think there are normally however many players plus 1 for bases that you have options to travel to. And whoever winds up so you just the way we do it anyway is we just pick out a bunch of random. We pick it total random. The bases that we use. Or not the we pick the base at random too, but we pick the factions at random, and we just shuffle them together and see what happens. It's a really silly game, really fun though, and I highly recommend it if you're interested. It's called Smash Up, and check it out. Yeah. All right. That's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for joining me for this emotional roller coaster of an episode, and for listening to me prattle on about nothing again. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't obviously big things are gonna happen next time when we fight Shadar potentially. So I hope you'll join me for that. I hope you enjoyed this, and as always, I hope there's a lot of magic in your life right now. If there's not, I hope there's a lot soon, not only for you, but for all your loved ones. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.